What the fuck is making that noise? And you? You squishy govy thing? I can't tell whether it's you or the enemies downstairs. Hey there guys. I did briefly consider cutting this out, but then I realised that not only can I get a dark soul from here, I can actually pick up a secondary weapon as well. This is the temple where the Asan, I believe it is, housed. So I'm going to show you guys where this place is, in a moment. But for now, let's go get us a weapon. I mean, why would you ever not if you had the choice? Mine. Still don't remember what they do yet, but I'm sure it'll all come back to me. Maybe, possibly. One can hope. Okay. That'll be me. Or if that's what I'm playing, at least anyhow. Weird double-headed monster thing. I'm not quite sure how you came into being. What particular quirk or reflection of human depravity you're supposed to represent. Or just the designers thought you'd be an interesting and weird little thing. Much like the twins in Silent Hill 4. Ooh, that's weird and interesting. Doesn't mean shit, but it's weird and interesting.
Got it.
Ugh, Silent Hill 4. Just the thought of it. Blech. Anyhow, hey there, how's it going? Yes. I forgot how easy it is to run past almost everything in this game. That'll be the Asan. It's almost like something out of a Predator movie, I know. Except it does this. I can shoot fire from my, Parted? No, that's the wrong word entirely. Attached? Awesome, no. The point is I have a skull and a spine in my hand and it shoots fire. That's all you really need to know. That would be the symbol of the Night Sisters. Night Sisters? Is that even the right term? Oh, whatever. The Sisters Sanguine, or whatever the fuck they were called. There's a pool of water below me, I know. I have a terrible feeling I'm probably missing out on a secret or some such by not going and looking at it, but... whatever, right? Hey there, bro. You seem quite angry about something. Something being shot repeatedly in the face can't solve. Excellent. Mine. Also mine. Now, there's no way in hell I'm going to be opening that gate for quite a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4... Jesus Christ, that's like a 6-point gate. Considering the amount of souls you need to open, each level of shadow power goes up exponentially. Yeah, it's going to take a while. So I can't believe I'm only at level 2. Again, I'm used to being able to do all the glitches and things that would normally put me at like level 4 by now. Level 4 and only half the areas I've currently got open. Like that. God, that's depressing. I can't even remember what the proper route for completing this game even is. Alright, waffle gate. I'm going to have to save my game. 1 sec. Okay. I just don't trust those little things. They sink into the, it's not really lava, it's supposed to be coal pits. They sink into the coal pits quite rapidly. I just never trust them to actually stay, I'm mangling my words badly here. The point is, the rate at which they go down into the coals isn't always consistent, or at least never was in the N64 version. I can't see a way of progressing any further without the walking on fire gad. What's over there, anyhow? The building... Is that a temple, maybe? That might be the temple where you get the fire, the ability to swim in lava. Yeah. That might be it. I can't see any Govi over there. I have a feeling that's probably the temple where we get the lava swimming tattoo thing from. Would make sense because it's right near a 6-point gate as well. Stick with the temples I can traverse for now, Gonna work out a lot better for me. I want to get the baton from here. If I remember, the baton has a an interesting, but unintended sort of trolling tool, which I'll show if I actually remember to do so later on. First, I need to get the thing. It means more jumping across waffle gates, or waffle platforms. But I've always called them waffle gates since I was a child. No idea why. Surprise! That's why we don't spit at people, son. They don't like it. Speaking of which, very awkward to hold the lock on and actually fire in this. The lock on is set to control, and fire is set to Z. Even with someone who does a lot of my stuff has fairly dexterous things, that's quite difficult to achieve. See, again, I'm used to being able to kill those guys a lot faster. I should be level 4 by now. God damn it. I remember how long this game took me to complete the very first time round when I did everything in its proper order. My god, it took me, what, about 7 months? Admittedly, again, you know, I was a kid, but even so. I think at least a month of that was trying to kill the final boss. My god, he's an asshole. Lots of very fast, almost impossible to dodge attacks. And the only thing, out of all the weapons you collect in this game, the only thing that actually hurt him is your shadow gun. Which, unless you have got, you know, damn near maximum shadow power, even that's not going to do that much damage when it actually does hit him. It's a very annoying tendency to move out the way at the last second and have your Wraith stream harmlessly past him. Well, at least you did when I was playing, anyhow. Things could be different. I think they will be different here in the PC version. Not just for the worse. I say the worse, it's just, you know, I can't cheat as much as I used to, and that distresses me greatly. If only the emulator version actually worked properly. There's more paths I could go in the coals here, if I could actually walk on them. This whole lot of rooms, I can see them from here. So much backtracking in this game. A lot of the places have like different levels of stuff you can access depending on what power-ups and such you currently have. I have nothing basically, so all I can do is traverse the basic sort of obstacle course route kind of thing. Speaking of which, I'm gonna save my game again and take a quick look down there on the waffle path, see if there's anything interesting. Long short of it was, no, there was not. There's absolutely bugger all there. Well, there's nothing I could actually access anyway. There was a Govy, but you couldn't access it unless you could walk on fire, which obviously I can't at the moment, so... Yeah. Kind of distressing, but there it is. Oh well. I'll say. I'm going to cut that sort of thing out. If I end up walking around in circles and not actually... Another Govy. Not actually finding jack shit, I'm going to cut it out. So you guys don't have to sit here for hours and hours upon end, watching me fail to find anything of interest. Oh, hey there. Speaking of which. It's nice of you just to not bother even looking at me. Ring around the zombie, the zombie, the zombie. Ow, he got me. Doesn't make sense, he was sort of... Hey there, would you mind not spitting at me? Kinda rude. Just saying. Blam, 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 blam. Even with 2 full-powered shots, it still took a whole bunch extra to take you down. I don't think I've actually shown you, but they also have this really annoying recover animation thing. If you don't pump enough shots into them after they go into like their sort of stun thing, they will abruptly jump back up at, I think it's damn near full health. You know, so close that it barely matters. Not too bad when you're fighting them one-on-one like this, but when you're fighting like entire rooms full of enemies, it gets really old really fast. Especially when the lock-on decides to randomly switch to another target, when you're trying to take down the one you finally knocked down into stunned animation. By the time you get back on target, he's already let back up and has all his health back. A hole down there. Yeah. Really hard to see, especially with how dark this game is. I decided not to bother upping the gamma. I mean, the game was supposed to be quite dark anyway. I think N64 version was actually slightly brighter. So that's probably to take away some of the fear aspects, you know, Nintendo, family friendly and all that. Despite some of the weird decisions they made over the years in terms of game releases. Such as the very, very cut down version of Duke Nukem they released. So I love that game, again playing it as a kid, but when I played like the PlayStation version or the DOS version and such, you realise how much crude humour and, in some cases outright nudity and shit, was actually cut out. The release they did for the N64, it's hard to believe, really. Dodging like a pro. Anytime you try to lock on there, Mike, that'd be grand. You still say there's more than one of you. I couldn't manage that in a small corridor. That's not going to work, is it? Not going to work? Your attempt to kill me, likewise. Oh, piss. Hey there. Oh, great, there's more of you. Always time for my fans. Or, you know, Mike's fans, anyhow. Blam, blam. We almost got an example of what I was talking about. Jesus Christ, what the hell were you doing in here? Was there some sort of party that I wasn't invited? Again? Almost happened again. lock-on changed abruptly and I almost lost the ability to kill that guy. You know, for good. Well, you know, close enough. Why is there a giant flesh face in the middle of this room? That's bizarre, really. How do I get out of this room? Can I blow up the face? I can. If in doubt, violence, evidently. Says something tragic about the state of affairs in gaming and our culture as a whole, really, doesn't it? If in doubt, use violence to progress. Of course, you people don't come here for the social commentary. You come here usually to watch me get angry as things inevitably go wrong for me. Usually in various obscure and impossible fashions.
This should be useful.
Indeed it should, my old boy. Speaking of which, things going wrong in hilarious fashions, how many of you were taking part in the Demon Souls revival? Hope a great deal of you. I know at least some of you turned up to my stream, and at least one of you was on Peeves as well. I saw you in the chat. So yeah, hope everyone who has a PS3 and a copy of Demon Souls is taking part. Those of you who own a PS3 but no Demon Souls, go buy it. You can get it for like a $5.
100 Caddo, given in offering to the lower, shall greatly increase the strength of a man's spirit.
That's also what they do. Every time you bring in 100, they give you a health power. Huh, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Any cheaper than 100? Don't look like it. I'm sure it started at 50 and then, like all other things, just kept scrolling. Kept scrolling upward. I've really not missed that from this era of game, rather than getting stuck on the improperly coded edges of collision detection for various things. Yeah, it's a teleporter! Each one's linked to one other. You can't choose where you go. You only go between where the two things are connected. Unfortunately, but, yeah. Now, the question is, where the crap do I go next? I've got my baton, I've got my Hassan. I suppose... Is there anything I can really use either of these on? I know there's at least one of the items you get that allows you to burn down certain walls and get to new areas. I can't remember if that's either of these. It's like all the weapons being fire-based. Only one of them actually lets you burn down these special walls. I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be the one that looks like sort of a hand grasping a glowing orb. Basically a torch of some sort. Not sure. Not sure at all. Doesn't help I haven't really got my bearings in this game yet. I'm not entirely certain where I'm actually going. Could be problematic for me. Well, mostly for Mike, but also for me as well. I'm sure that... Again, I keep comparing versions, I know. I'm sure in the scaled-back N64 versions, the zombie stuff didn't actually mutter and stuff. They just made, you know, the occasional groaning noise. As well as, you know, their enemy attack noise. Kind of weird. You've got this weird juxtaposition going on between the animalistic and the... what's left of their sanity. Actually, it's kind of good in a way. It shows they're not just mindless monsters. Makes it kind of horrific when you think about what you're doing, tearing them apart and eating their souls. Oh well, whatever. Hey guys! Jeez, that's like the most terrifying groupie convention ever. Thankfully they can't climb. They can spit, but they can't climb. Anyway, that place I was trying to jump to, it had like a little hut. That was where I got the other Dark Soul that I forgot to record me getting. You know, just so I've at least shown you guys where it is. Not me actually getting it, of course, but you know where it is at least. Okie dokie. Karaoke. I think that we're going to carry on and at least start the asylum. I'm not sure how much I can actually do at this point, but we can at least go over gander. Seems like an idea. Not necessarily a good one, but an idea nevertheless. Which, yep, still no spawns here yet. Excellent, excellent. Oh, in case you're wondering, the way the spawn system works in this game, it's dependent upon... Actually, I'll show you guys this right now, just for shits and giggles. Watch this. This is linked to another temple. A temple where you need a certain gad. Sorry, Mike. You know, except not really. Ah, fun times. But yes, when I'm not busy torturing poor Michael. Yeah. What was I even saying, actually? I've completely lost track of myself now. I know we're going to the asylum. I didn't make that decision, didn't I? No. Oh, enemy spawns, that was it. It's dependent upon your shadow level to at least a certain degree. The more powerful you are, the more enemies will spawn. But not simply the more enemies you spawn, also the more powerful they will be. For example, when you hit shadow level 3, you'll start getting, what are they even called now? I want to say slayers, but that's wrong. The dumpies, that's the one. You'll get a bunch of those guys appear. In various areas where previously there either were no enemies, or they were just basic, whalers kind of thing. As you get higher levels, twin heads will appear, and so on and so forth. You get the general idea. Both the number and the difficulty of the enemies will increase the more powerful you become, so the game essentially gradiates itself to accommodate your increasing power. And in such a fashion, generally doesn't lose its difficulty curve. And machines there, something we can activate later when we get a special item, which we can find inside the asylum. In fact, if I remember, you can get the item without needing anything else first. I'm pretty sure. What's down here? Anything special? Anything wondrous? No, just a way of getting up there without doing the jumps, actually, come to think of it. Huh. Because I really didn't need to do any of that. We just walked up the side passage. Very peculiar. Yes, the entire place is booby-trapped, obviously, because, But like most asylums, there's crushing pits and other such stuff to prevent the inmates from, walking out. Interesting side note, you can skip this entire cutscene by jumping as far as you can to the left from that hole, I believe. You completely bypass the cutscene trigger. It provides you no actual benefit, it just saves you like 10 seconds of looking at the impressive 2D edifice that is that building. I'm not sure if that actually leads me anywhere, that's just another route in and out of the place once you've got the asylum key. Now this I don't remember being here before. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Strange Victorian lamp lit by a will-o'-the-wisp. Some sort of copper phosphorus gas anyway. This is burning green. Yeah. Aha! Now you, yes, you. So I need the key to activate the machine that lets me get to you. How do I get that far into the asylum? See, all these questions and more still need to be answered. Admittedly, a large part of this is all dependent on me actually finding the gads. Because the guys who built the asylum here have taken tips from our lovely friend who was in 1888, not 1988 as I previously accidentally read. I should have figured that out really when it said centuries have passed. But I digress. Yeah, this is now a walk point. We need a key to get into the main chapel as well, though, don't we? Not sure there's anything in there except a couple of Dark Souls, actually. Don't think there is. Again, I digress horribly, I know. Jesus. Ow! But I know as anti-intruder systems go, it's pretty effective. Reasonably sure it's banned under the Geneva Convention, or at least EU trade agreements, but, I guess Mr. Legion doesn't subscribe to that sort of thing. So the collision detection prevents me from walking through, but doesn't prevent me from getting hit. Is that how we're going with this? Yeah. Grand. Yeah, whatever, right. I see all these coals and shit. Once I finally got the firewalking gad. In fact, you can jump across this if you do it right. But I'll save it and give it a go. Where's my buttons? Actually, fuck it, no. It's not worth it. Again, because the collision detector seems to be a lot tighter here in the PC version, there's a fair chance it's not going to work. You can sort of turn sideways on and sort of side hop around the edge of the fire drums if you do it right. Because that's the way I used to do it anyhow. I have a terrible feeling it's not going to work out too well for me. Almost none of my other tricks have worked. I mean, there are a couple places where the jump, you can fool the jump collision and grab onto ledges despite not having actually jumped high enough. There's a couple of places where you can still do that. Most of the places it doesn't actually work, but there's some way you can try it. Other than that, they seem to have gotten rid of most of the old exploits. But I say gotten rid of, just a fair chance they just plain old don't work. Because this place is, as I say, more tightly coded and whatnot than the N64 version was. More processing power, more game space and all that lot. Ow, 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 ow. I'm good, I almost killed myself. I did kill myself. Oh, fucking Jesus. Well done, me. Well done. No, whatever, right? It's all part of the fun. Oh, don't start a streak of it. I think this is where my attempt to stream this game on the N64 emulator started going wrong, wasn't it? So I entered the asylum, I started dying horrendously. Mostly because it was about, 1 o'clock in the morning. I was very tired and generally impatient. But, yeah. In fact, when playing this game for the first time as a kid, the asylum was where things started to go wrong. No. Gotta remember, the fire doesn't actually stun lock you. You can still move. Just like it can still hurt you. Far to use the games that give you momentary invulnerability even. After taking damage to prevent you getting stun locked to death by environmental effects and the like. And by enemies, but Shadowman was not of that school of thought. Shadowman was of the school of thought if you were stupid enough to stand there, you deserved to die. Admittedly doesn't take the piss entirely by, as I say, you can't actually be stun locked in this game, I don't think. But you can continuously take damage, even when Mike's doing his recoil animation. There's something up there. Not sure how I get up there though. Can't remember if you can actually jump on the pipes to reach in or not, but find out later. Make a note of it, boys and girls, in case I forget. Which I almost inevitably will. I have to watch so many of these videos back to remind myself of all these places that I could go but didn't. Right. Okay, enough rambling. Let's start focusing on what we're actually here to do. Find souls, destroy evil, have various tattoos done to make us fireproof. Not sure how that works. Probably a lot of asbestos involved. This is a fairly old game. Actually, I couldn't think, it's supposed to be a duck function. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to duck in this game. I have no idea how. I'm pretty sure you are supposed to be able to do that, because if you do it while running around, it makes you roll. At least I think it does. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it does, so... Clearly I'm missing something, or at least forgetting something anyhow. With that said, I haven't really come across any situation where I need to be able to duck yet. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Jump! Ah! You can save every one of us. You can run around. I just realised actually, with Michael, Leroy and Levi's. What amuses me anyhow. Yeah, whatever, right? Directions. Left or right? Can you actually see what's making that noise yet? Nope. Just hear a weird hacking noise. No discernible cause. I'm sure it's nothing to be alarmed about. Probably just Aiden fucking around, you know? Oh, that Aiden, he's such a card. Hey there, little buddy. Mind if I shoot you in the face? Yeah, you probably do. But I'm still gonna do it anyway. So there. You'll come across a very annoying version of that zombie later on in the game. They're like locked in some weird 1960s dancers' cages. And obviously because they got that long range thing that lets them suck out your health from a distance. And the cage makes it very difficult to actually damage them in return. You can get into situations where they'll just keep draining your health and draining it and draining it. Well, these guys come flailing at you and attempt to disembowel you with these giant meat hooks of theirs. Before amnesia there was Pigman with hooks. Where Chinese room got their inspiration, you know? Speaking of which, it's not at least... Yeah, there we go. Charge up, get him from a distance. Surprise, motherfucker! Ah, piss. I really hate it when the game does that. Closes the doors on you. Oh, no, stop. Fuck. Fuck. No. Fuck. When the lock-on randomly fails for no apparent reason. That's not particularly fun either. Especially not with these guys. These guys do a hell of a lot of damage. Considering how slow you move when... Oh, hello. When walking in certain directions. That's not fun either. They tend to just charge at you like that. And just pummel you within like 3 or 4 health points. Before joined death. I mean, thankfully they're susceptible to all the same tactics as every other enemy in this game. Just circle strafe them and they get very, very confused and die very quickly. Still, it's not fun. Not fun at all. Especially when you get later into the game, they start jumping you in like groups of 3. You have to try and keep away from them long enough to charge up your shadow gun and again hope that you manage to... No, not the one in the pissing cage, the one charging at me! Please, 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 game, game, game. That's what I'm talking about. The lock-on system in this game is absolutely shit. Should I lock on to the big, huge, burly man charging right at you? Or that completely insignificant, completely not even slight, just a little bit dangerous enemy standing in the distance? And they should randomly stop locking on for no particular reason and leave you strafing sideways into a wall instead of circle strafing the guy trying to murder you. Don't mean by... And so it starts. You can all fuck off and die. I mean, you can interrupt their soul suck animation, which is something, but it's still annoying. Especially when, as I say, sometimes you can't actually get Mike to look at them properly, or he'll as part of the auto aim feature, he'll start shooting at something, you know, over to his left instead of what's directly in front of him. No, 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 no. Easily the scariest bit of this entire game doing this. Lots of relatively narrow corridors and a lot of evil pigmen. Which technically they're butchers. I think the thing that actually scared me the most about playing Dark Souls when you encounter the butchers in that game. And they look rather like this guy. They were a more defined, higher res version, but even attack in the same way. Sort of slow ambling, interspersed with random high-speed charges. Lots of very terrifying attacks. You know, I wonder actually if any of the guys from FromSoft were fans of Shadow Man. I can see them being it. You know, it's grim, gritty, dark gameplay, very difficult. Gentlemen, I'm gonna leave you to it, I guess. Very unforgiving. I mean, if they had an autosave feature rather than a manual save feature, I imagine they'd be crimming their pants over the whole thing. Hey there, how's it going? Ring around the big man, the big man, the big man. Ring around the big man till he falls down. And shoot him in the ass. That's just how we roll. They see Mike roll. Oh, he's got a gun! Big man got a gun! Yeah, hardly seems fair to me either. You're already a giant burly pig man who can take more health points of... Thank you for that, Mike. More health points of damage than I could do ever, even after I've upgraded. But no, let's give him a high-powered rifle as well. How do you even get a rifle here? How do you get... Oh, that's how do you get bricks, mortar and metal? Or wood for that matter. Couldn't think of some of the stuff that's constructed in the Path of Shadows. Yeah, I gotta be careful because if I miss the point at which he actually drops into his stunned animations, I might just went shit, so presumably I just did. It's where some of the fight... Oh, hello. That's one way of doing it, I suppose. Yep, you just stand there trying to figure things out while I blast you in the ass. That's grand. But some of the fights, as I say, can get rather tedious. Especially if the guy goes into his stun and then freed animation several times in a row. Still only on level 2. How many have I collected so far? Gotta be a fair few, surely. Well, I think that I'm confusing memories of playing this game as a kid with memories of doing it now. Which is always possible. Can I trick you into thinking that I'm close enough to jump up? No, vaguely. Can I side hop off, something? Bit of collision? No? Doesn't look like it's gonna let me, but... That's why I just spam spacebar as hard as I can. Nope. Can I do something on the collision between the wall and the boxes, maybe? Again. Oop. I did a second jump, but I didn't get any height to it. No point me even doing that, because Mike doesn't grab sideways anyway. If I was going to do it, I'd need to actually make the jump, you know? Need to get up there somehow. Bugger knows how I do that, though.